Good afternoon, guys, from here in Gibraltar for our 1000 subscriber special. So I just want to start by saying thanks to everybody who's watching the videos, and to think we've hit 1000 subscribers in just over a year and 2 weeks is fantastic. So today we're going to take a walk around Gibraltar, around the town, but the towns, the bits you do not see normally on YouTube. So stay with me and enjoy. So, good afternoon everybody. It is the 3rd of June 2023 and it is a lovely Saturday afternoon. It's around about 5 o'clock in the evening now. Now, as you'll see as we're walking past Governor's Parade, most places are shut for the afternoon, but surely the restaurants will open back up in the evening. Now, I do like this bit, it's very close to where I live, and yeah, I remember the first time that I moved to Gibraltar. They had like a little reggae festival here. It was actually really good. I wonder if they're going to do that again this year. That was actually probably the first week that I lived in Gibraltar after moving from La Linea post-Brexit. So yeah, guys, 1,000 subscribers. It took a year and 2 weeks, and I'm really shocked here. We got our 1,000 subscriber just after 6 o'clock this morning. So yeah, thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it. So yeah, today we're going to have a little walk around the back streets of town, the bits you don't see, the bits that are not covered on YouTube in most places. So yeah, we're going to start walking up this little street here that's going to connect us onto Governor's Lane, Governor's Street, something like this. I'll know in 2 seconds. Let me see the road sign. I don't have Google Maps imprinted into my brain. Governor's Street. There we are, mate. I knew it was right. I knew we were right. Anyway, so let's have a little walk down here. It's a shame it's a Saturday afternoon when all the shops are shut, because it is quite busy, but at the same time it's allowing me to walk through the streets of town without being disturbed too much by cars. That's another big problem here in Gibraltar. Traffic. Yeah, it can get pretty congested, especially on weekdays. So yeah, here we are, guys. The sun is beating down. It's about 24 degrees right now. It's absolutely lovely, perfect conditions, t-shirts and shorts today. And yeah, I can't believe how quick the summer has come round. We're already in June. It won't be long before we're preparing for the National Day celebrations, and I hope this one this year is going to go ahead, because I've been dying to show you Gibraltar on National Day and give it a proper light and show all the events and all the stuff that goes on. But yeah, just zoom in onto that really lovely looking house. I wouldn't mind living there, with the steps, and the steps, they go all the way up to the castle and up to the rock. Yeah, so if you're athletic enough and you don't want to pay 17 quid for a cable car, that's probably your best bet. So here we are now, and just admiring some of the houses here. I really like this part of town. You know, I think the architecture is fantastic, and especially on a day like today, you could be in southern England as well, but then you've got the touches of Spanish and Mediterranean architecture to remind you that you're not in England. It's just a wonderful mix here in Gibraltar. So now we're walking up to Cornwall Place. It's actually one of my little favourite square bits in Gibraltar. Lovely mural here. This has only appeared over the last few months, and yeah, I think I took some photos of it and put it on my community posts. You can see the sun beating down there, and it is pretty warm. You've got to remember when you're walking around in Gibraltar, if you are likely to get sunburnt, mate, wear your screen, definitely. But I personally don't. But that's another topic for another day. So yeah, we're going to have a little look in this Cornwall Yard. That's the yellow bar bits. So there's a couple of bars in there, but that all seems to be locked up, so we can't have a look in there, unfortunately. But yeah, this bit here is quite Spanish, although you can spot that little red telephone box just to remind you where you are. So here we are, we're going to go down this little lane here, and this will take us onto Main Street, going past the Paparazzi Steakhouse. Yeah, I've been there, yeah, I don't know, I can't remember, it was a couple of years ago. I'm not in the way of giving opinions anyway on my channel, especially with local businesses. But yeah, here we go. Let's go through the back streets, and I think this is very beautiful. These buildings coming up now actually remind me of when I lived in Barcelona. There were buildings quite similar to this on the street that I lived in. I lived over there for 5 years, and that was an absolutely fantastic experience. I went right at the right age as well, so yeah, really enjoyed it. But yeah, let's go past. We've got the little kebab house here. There's a little pub on the right as well. Yeah, so yeah, nice little streets here. Right on the coming up to Main Street now, but it's lovely hidden away. It's very quiet, and as I say, if we were filming this on a weekday, the traffic coming up this street is mental. So yeah, I've got to say, this time of year is my favourite time of year, June. This is the best temperature for me in Gibraltar, when it is around this 24-25 degrees. You know, the evenings feel nice and warm. You know, even the nights it doesn't get very cold, so it's really comfortable to sleep now. But it will be a different story in July and especially August, because this place gets very, very humid. The rock is made up of limestone, and of course as that heats up it emits this gas and it just suffocates Gibraltar through the summer months. So yeah, we've got that still to come, and I'm sure I'm going to bring you updates of the sweltering heat. We're here on Main Street now, I'm going past the Parliament. The Parliament is all completely covered in scaffolding. I think they're renovating, and there's a rumour that maybe a certain monarch will come and open that, but let's see, that's just a rumour at the moment. So yeah, here we arrive in McIntosh Square, where the City Hall is, at the back of the Parliament. You see Matalan there on the left. So you know, obviously you get quite a lot of British brands over here. They actually have their flagships in Gibraltar. The reason for this is they open a little store in Gibraltar, they call it their flagship, so they pay most of their tax through Gibraltar, and I don't think they have to pay capital gains tax in the UK. So yeah, it saves big companies back in the UK millions, so that's why you'll find loads of small British branded shops here. I'm sure as well that's good for the economy. So yeah, I guess it's a win-win. I mean, if I had a big business like that, I think I'd do something similar, with the right advice of course, and as long as it wasn't legal. So yeah, now we're walking past the old Victorian post office. It's a police station, so we're going past the old Victorian police station here, and yeah, that's it really. The new one's miles away from the town, and we're coming up into Irish Town, guys. And I'll tell you the story about Irish Town in a second, or another rumour, legend, myth, I don't know. Just something a little bit interesting to point out here. If you lose your passport from a few EU countries have their small consulates and embassies there. So, you know, I think all the Scandinavian countries do. I think Czech Republic do. I think Poland do. So yeah, you ever lose your passport when you're over here, you might have a chance to get a replacement one there. Just some information. We're going past the pub now, and football's on. It's a Saturday. I think you're going to see more people down by Ocean Village though. You got big screens for football down there and that. Not too many people up here in the town area. The town area is normally really busy on weekdays when people are working, or when cruise ships are in as well, you know, because the population of Gibraltar increases. Imagine 3,000 people on a cruise ship, there's sometimes two in a day, so that's like 6,000 people flooding the streets. We're in the back of the post office here, you can see that. And yeah, mid-Irish Town now. Why do they call it Irish Town? Well, there is a legend, you've got to remember, before the expansion into the sea, that this was one of the main streets, and at the end of it was like a little port or marina. And this street was famous for Irish girls working as prostitutes, and there would be prostitutes all along this street from Ireland, and yeah, that's why they call it Irish Town. I don't know how true that is. If anyone actually knows the story, then write it in the comments, let me know, but that's just the local legend I heard on the street. So yeah, we're almost at the end of Irish Town. As I say, not very busy on a Saturday afternoon, which is probably good because it gives you a space to walk. You've got to remember these streets are very, very narrow, so they get very, very crowded. So as we come to the end, we're going to see the ICC in a second. It's not the world's best shopping centre. It's actually pretty, yeah, definitely nothing really. But yeah, you've got a couple of restaurants coming up here. There's always like touts, like Ibiza style touts outside. They're not outside right now, but they're always like trying to drag people in. Let me ask you a question, guys. Is that a sign of a bad restaurant? Where they've got people outside trying to entice you in? Who knows? But yeah, here we are outside the ICC, going past the Cafe Roxy. And this one is popular. This cafe is popular with Moroccans. You go, and you find a lot of Moroccans sitting there taking coffee outside. Well, I guess the majority of them don't drink, so you won't catch them in the pubs, will you? So I guess that's their recreational area. So here we are. We've rejoined Main Street here. It's most northern side as it meets Casemates. Outside the Abacus building here. Insurance, you'll see insurance companies everywhere here. Again, I think it's tax orientated. I think a lot of Gibraltar, a lot of business, what goes on here is tax orientated. So here we go, going past the red phone boxes, and they literally are on every corner. You know, and quite often you walk past here, there's queues of people trying to take their photos in there, which is quite nice because you don't even really see them in London anymore. So yeah, it's nice that Gibraltar's kept them, and it keeps Gibraltar. It's quite an iconic feature of Gibraltar. So here we are in Casemate Square, and as I say, you've got all the bars and restaurants here. They're not so busy because it is 5 o'clock in the evening. I should have came out a bit earlier, but truth is I was working last night, so I slept most of the day. But there we are, that's life. We've got a lot of tourists here taking pictures, a lot of families. There are a few people over the other side of the square watching football. I can hear the TV screens going. You can see the rock there in the background. It's a lovely, beautiful day. Everyone t-shirt and shorts. Summer has truly arrived, and well, I'm so happy it's here. And once again, 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I don't know if you watch me on the shorts, if you're watching my long videos, but whatever you are watching, thank you for watching. You make your likes, your comments, get some funny comments sometimes, but you know what? I love to read it all. So here we are. We're going to do a couple of aerial shots here of Casemate Square on this beautiful summer Saturday afternoon. A few people in the bars down below me, and thank you for watching and supporting as always. So there we are, guys, a lovely walk around Gibraltar on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, and what a lovely way to finish off the afternoon and finish off the day that we finally reached those 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching once again, and thank you for supporting, and I'll see you all on the next adventure.